This is called Jokerman. He'd show up from time to time, always when things weren't looking good. He'd lift the gloom with his humorous ways, raising spirits just like he could. I understood why he played the Joker. He just didn't have a choice. Had to lighten up the situation. Wasn't allowed a real voice. And to me he was a good friend from all those years before. But now I knew I had to move on. I didn't want to see him anymore. You see, time had passed and things had changed, and I was much older by now, and I found his humour stifling, just adding to the pain somehow. But he clung to me, wouldn't let me go. Exasperated, I knew I had to cut him loose. Like I was standing on the gallows, and he above me was the noose. The next time that he showed up, so much anger and frustration came from me. Said that he wasn't doing any good. He was like a cage to being free. He in turn got angry, said that's a nice thing to say to an old friend who got you through the toughest times with a lot of help to lend. From that time on I did vow never again to take that approach, and next time not let anger enter into the very words I spoke. And sure enough, it wasn't long before I saw Jokerman again. It turned up when things were gloomy, like your very bestest friend. But this time it was different. I thanked him for all he'd done, for all the times he'd got me through, back when I was very young. He seemed not his usual self, didn't play the Joker like previous times. There was a sincerity about him, though he looked defeated and resigned. And I felt there was a connection with this character I'd always known, that we were somehow linked together, but perhaps together hadn't grown. I told him I could only be his friend if he was Jokerman no more. He said he didn't think he could be anyone else, but that he'd like to be for sure. I felt so sad as he disappeared. He seemed so vulnerable and small. I wanted to stop him, make things better, but after him I couldn't call. So I thought it was the end for Jokerman and me. But this life is very good at digging up bits of history. It had been quite a while, and I was having the belief that Jokerman had gone for good, and it came with much relief. Then during one particularly gloomy time, Jokerman came back, and the shock of seeing him triggered me, and then him I did attack. I turned on him, and in that same moment felt so sorry and regretful. I'd gone back so many years, and it made me feel so small. But when I looked around, I saw Jokerman no more, but the child who had lived so many years before.